Good morning. Thank you for joining us today. The topic on data backup and recovery is not something new to us. And given the importance of data to an organization's success, the financial and business implications of data loss due to human error, breach, and unexpected downtime cannot be taken for granted. Investing in the right data backup and disaster recovery solution can safeguard your business in so many ways. And as business landscape continue to evolve, organizations need to transform to be data-driven, and to do so demands the right infrastructure and culture, of course. Right, Sir Celso? What's your worst experience in data loss?
Good morning, Mao.
Morning, morning.
That's a very interesting question for a start. But
Yes.
I had my notebook hard disk crash, and suddenly all my important files, my pictures, my memories are gone. So I just can't imagine how much more on a corporate setting, right?
Well,
So
I had my own share of data loss as well. I remember I asked one IT guy to do a backup of my 10-year-old files, and accidentally he backed up the dummy drive. So my 10-year-old files, wala na. So, I told Sir Jimmy, sir, please, I have some of the contracts there. So anyways, what we are going to talk about this morning is the importance of data backup and disaster recovery. But before we proceed with the presentation, again, I'd like to acknowledge, of course, the presence of our top executives. We have Paul Alcantara, our first VP and Group General Manager. Good morning, Paul. Sir Celso heads our CBG Group 1, where Microfocus is part of his portfolio. He is our first AVP and General Manager.
good morning.
We also have Miss Marian Angeles, Microfocus Product Manager. And from Microfocus
Good
team,
morning.
good morning. And from Microfocus team, we are joined this morning. Who will be our speaker? Sir Joel Delgado, the Country Channels Manager for Microfocus Philippines.
Good
And
morning.
our presenter for our upcoming, tomorrow rather, and Friday session, we have Queenie Lau, the pre-sales consultant, Southeast Asia, and Mr. Paulo Hidalgo, pre-sales technical consultant, Microfocus. Once again, participants and speakers, thank you for joining us this morning. This is actually the first part of a 3 series of sessions that we will be doing. Tomorrow, we will talk about service management automation, and on Friday, the center of discussion will be operations bridge and network operations management. But before we begin, allow me to call on Paul Alcantara, our first Vice President and Group General Manager for Volume Group, to give us the opening remarks. Please go ahead, Paul.
Thank you, Maurice. Good morning, everyone. First, on behalf of the entire BSTCS team, our president, our COO, and the rest of our team would like to thank everyone for joining us this morning. We hope that you and your family are safe. You know that we're still living in a very precarious situation brought about by pandemic. But thank you for spending time with us. We'd also like to thank and of course welcome our partner for this event, Microfocus. Thank you for sponsoring this. And I know you guys, because of this, thank you to the technology, because it still allow us to be in touch with you guys and run and execute an event, something like this. This is going to be worth your time, we promise. We have a very good and great speaker by the person of Joel this morning. And then I hope that you guys also register for the next 2 days for the other 2 sessions that Maurice mentioned for tomorrow and on Friday. These are short sessions, but very fruitful and meaningful for everyone. Speaking of pandemic, I know that one of the things that came out of this pandemic is a lot of our organizations have resorted or hastened or expedited the need for digital transformation. And very, very timely, this sessions today and the next two sessions tomorrow and Friday will give you a guidance on how your micro focus will help you on the solutions to be able to uh, help you in the digital transformation, whether you are in the verge of the transformation, in the middle of a transformation, or even maintaining whatever you have as a part of the automation. We know that this will be very, very fruitful for you. And again, thank you for joining us. Make sure that you stay, because aside from the very interesting topics that we have, at the end of the session, like Maurice mentioned, we have something special for everyone to cap the day to enjoy your sessions here. For as long as you will stay, you will have a big chance on those prizes that Maurice mentioned. But aside from that, again, I know that it will be a very, very good discussions. Pay attention, because the 10 questions that Maurice and Joel will throw later on will give you somehow of a feel of how you guys, what's your take on this session. Again, a very good morning to all, and hopefully, and I know that you will enjoy and learn and pick up a lot of things in today's session. Thank you all, and enjoy the morning.
Thank you, Paul. Again, as I have mentioned, the prizes are just, simple token to make today's discussion engaging. So while our speaker is doing his prezo, feel free to send us your question through the chat window, and we will try to address them after Joel's presentation. Our speaker is Joseph Alexander Delgado. He is the country channels manager for Micro Focus rather, and he is a seasoned IT professional with more than 20 years experience in business development, channel management, product and service management in the industry. Micro Focus Software is a pure play global enterprise software company that is the 7th largest in the world, the largest technology company listed in the Financial Times Stock Exchange, in the largest UK technology company listed on the New York Stock Exchange. He will be presenting this morning the latest edition of Micro Focus Data Protector. Again, it is an enterprise-grade backup and disaster recovery solution for large, complex, and heterogeneous IT environments. Go ahead, Sir Joel, and proceed with your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Mao. Good morning, everyone. I'll be sharing my screen now. So good morning. Again, my name is Joseph Alexander Delgado. Do call me Joel. Everybody calls me Joel. Basically because my name is quite long. Okay, so it's actually easier to have a shorter name for easy recall. So I'll be presenting right now our premier product for backup and disaster recovery. It is called Data Protector. So it is not just a backup solution, it's a disaster recovery solution as well. Okay. Feel free to post your questions anytime. Try to answer it later on, so our flow would be smooth. Okay, so Data Protector is part of our product group. Micro Focus has 6 product groups, so we have over 300 products. Now, out of those products, the 300 products are actually grouped into 6 groups. So one of those groups is information management and governance, and that is where our disaster recovery and backup solution called Data Protector is located. You can check it out on the web. These are the different products that we have under information management governance, and I will be presenting Data Protector now. So what is Data Protector? It is a backup and disaster recovery solution for diverse, dynamic, and distributed enterprises. So as you can see here, what we have is a solution set that actually not just, although it does cover an enterprise, environment, but it's basically covering small scale to the biggest disaster recovery environments in the world. So what we have, I'm just going to talk about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 particular features that we have right now for Data Protector. Number one, application consistent backup. Number two, advanced virtual environment protection. Number three, data security and enterprise class scalability. Number four is best-in-class platform and cloud integration. 5 and 6 is the integrated disaster recovery, and with this is the last one actually differentiates us from the rest of the competition. Our analytics, automation, and orchestration capabilities built into Data Protector. Okay, so this is the case, no? Every partner or every end user, every administrator wants that they have a single pane of glass in managing their disaster recovery environments. They want that they have a single way of looking, a panoramic way of seeing which items, which servers, which clients are being backed up, how much or how big is being backed up, what is the status of the backups, what is happening, what's happening with the backups themselves. And this is why we are different from many of the others. Why? Because the entire dashboard is customizable to show what the end user, the administrator wants to see. So this is basically what I'm showing you right now is what the dashboard looks like. So it's clean. You will be able to manage all the clients or the licenses, all the devices from the same dashboard. And you can get a quick status on each session and whether they failed or whether they were successful in doing those backups. You will see how much data is under protection and the typical size of the data transfer from one point to the next, right? You would also see the backup session flows and statistics. You will also see which ones are unreliable. And this is the case. Many backups you see the successful, but you don't see which ones are failing. And you must be able to see which ones are failing. Otherwise, you don't have a good panoramic view of your disaster recovery or your backup environment. Okay, so that's where we are for the single pane of glass to manage the entire backup environment. And it is quite scalable. It's how scalable. The Data Protector environment, the one that you buy from us, okay, basically can support up to 5,000 clients, up to 1 trillion files. Basically, that's why we call it 1 trillion file names. We can do 1,000 concurrent session, okay, 1,000 concurrent backup sessions, okay, and 10,000 backup sessions per day. Okay, that is how big how scalable the architecture is for Data Protector. So each Data Protector, for example, in the Philippines or in most environments, one cell, okay, we call it a cell. Okay, so basically a cell can compose of many clients. So like, for example, for Data Protector, there's what we call the manager of managers. So each cell, okay, can be clustered into 50 cell managers per manager of managers, up to 50,000 clients, up to 2.5 million backup media, and up to 50,000 concurrent sessions. So this is how we do this for the biggest backup environments that we support for the biggest companies in the world. Okay. So in the infrastructure itself, and this is something that you need to see, we can do 32 streams per drive using multiplexing technology. We can protect 500 concurrent physical drives and 1,000 concurrent virtual drives. And in each drive, in each session, we can do a backup session of 128 drives in one session. And it doesn't limit us from the physical. So we do both physical, virtual, and container systems in the infrastructure alone. So that's how scalable Data Protector is. Okay, it's not what we're offering you. Later on, I'll show you what we're offering you is not a limited version. Okay, but basically what is offered in the market, what the biggest companies can get out of Data Protector, even the small companies can also get out of Data Protector. And another differentiator of Data Protector is that security is built in. So the Data Protector security model allows us to do, and basically that's what we do, the connection between 2 points, the cell manager to the agent to the particular device, it's a secure communication over TLS version 1.2. We are using AES 256-bit encryption for it. We support user authentication and LDAP integration, okay, and so on and so forth. So right now we are certified on using the common criteria certification as of June 2020. Okay, so when you go to the website, you'll be able to find our security, what they call this, updates, and also the what they call this, the certification that we have for the current products that we are for the current data protector version that's available in the market. Okay, so the updates are always ongoing so that we ensure that we align with the latest security standards. Okay, so what this means is, if you have a data protector, a data protection environment like data protector, you don't have to worry too much on securing it anymore. So parang wala na ka nang add-on pa na security sa kanya. Okay, of course you still have your firewalls and all this stuff. That's the normal thing. But as far as the data between 2 points, between the device being protected down to the backup device that you have, you would know that the connection itself, we actually secure it. Okay. And then we do this, we protect your backup data from ransomware. So depending on the backup methods, right? Whether we back up to cloud, back up to tape, back up to disk, we do backup replication, we do secure backup transport, we do provide protection against ransomware. Okay. So Data Protector does all 4: offline backup, air-gap backup, immutable backup, and worm media backup, okay, to be able to protect your data from ransomware. Now this one, I mentioned this earlier. What we do is what we call application consistent recovery. Many of our competitors would be using crash consistent recoveries. Like at the moment of crash, the last backup is the source backup. Right? So pag nag-crash, yung huling backup yun. But what we do is application consistent recovery. So what do we back up? We back up both the application state, kung ano yung last backup, and the transactional data. Okay? So if you look at it as far as databases are concerned, and this is where the big what you call this differentiator also lies, right? So as far as SQL servers, Exchange servers, SharePoint, MySQL, Oracle database, SAP HANA, IBM DB2, and PostgreSQL, we can do application consistent recovery. Because crash consistent recovery only backs up data on the disk, but application consistent, okay, recovery, what we do is that the application, okay, in data and in pending operation is made consistent and then backed up. So the advantage, what is the advantage? Faster recovery, right? Kasi hindi lang yung last backup, but also the one that's still transactional is also being backed up. Now, crash consistent approach by our competitors, you still need significant work to get the application back up to a consistent state. I've done this before, wherein you have the backup, right? And then i-restore mo yung backup. Ang hahabulin mo, paano yung transactional data na ginawa for the past 4 hours, for example. So typically what you do, your operators do is, you have to manually put the data in again, kasi transactional siya. But if it is application consistent recovery, we can actually help minimize the work needed to bring up a crash model up to a consistent state back again. That's what application consistent recovery means. And this one I think you would like, especially for those customers who are already using Microsoft 365 Exchange Online. We can actually back up whatever it is on Microsoft 365 Exchange Online back into your environment or in your own copy. So meron kayong sariling kopya. So we do mailbox, backup and recovery using a standardized and fully embedded data protection workflow. Okay. So the restore is to a temporary folder in a user mailbox, and it can easily do a self-restore by using copy and paste methods. Okay, so we can do a backup of your Exchange online accounts. And another thing, and this is very important, the monitoring of the service level agreements. Of course, your RPOs and RTOs are typically already determined upon contract. So kunyari, nag-sign up na, ito yung mga contracts ng recovery point objectives nyo, recovery time objectives ninyo. Question is, does your backup system actually monitor the SLA? So in our system, using the data protector cell and the dashboard itself, we have the monitoring part of the what they call this report. Okay, so you would be able to see which RPOs and RTOs has been breached, each and every device, because each and every device has its own RPO and RTO. So you can see the RPO and RTO configuration per device, and then you can see which ones have been breached. So you can actually have a monitoring, and you can also have a rapid recovery. This can be linked to the email system, so the administrators can easily be notified for any RPO and RTO breach happening in your disaster recovery environment. Okay, so we do have advanced backup and recovery for virtual environments. And I don't have to discuss this too much. Most backup solutions also have this. So basically, we support, of course, VMware, Hyper-V, KVM, Nutanix. So we do have the advanced backup and recovery for these particular environments. Next slide. We do have that, and at the same time, we monitor that as well. So, usually you have these products, and they have their own monitoring tools. So if you have, especially for big companies, wherein it's basically for purchasing, it's the lowest bidder, right? So there are cases that companies would have a mix. They would have VMware, they would have Hyper-V, they would have KVM, they would have Nutanix, right? So the thing about administrators is they tend to monitor individual consoles, individual management console. So with this one, you will have, again, as I told you, it's part of the single pane of glass where they can monitor all of this using Data Protector itself. So you'll be able to see the status and success of your virtual machine backups. You would see if the migration of the VMs can be accommodated by the hardware resources, or of course, the resources that are being made available for backup. You can see the split of VMs between the hypervisors themselves. So you can easily plan for the backup administrators to plan which ones can be backed up, which VMs can be backed up. Okay, because the problem specifically right now, we call it virtual machine sprawl. It's been there since the invention of virtual machines. You have engineers, you have operators that are actually just putting out new VMs. So there's no way to report how many VMs that you have, right? So sometimes there's a problem managing the creation of new VMs. So it depends on a particular company, but if a particular company or a user already has their process on making sure that their engineers don't just create new VMs on the fly, then that won't be a problem. But this we see many times for backup administrators. When they send a record, they found out, hey, okay, there's another new VM. Is this supposed to be backed up? So change management on that side, although it's a process issue, but it's an actual issue. And what we do with Data Protector, it is that the dashboard itself can provide the Data Protector administrator a way to plan it out. Okay, the backup of new VMs. Okay, and then of course, and this is most important, the list of most frequent failed virtual machine backups. Oh, this one is one thing that I need to also clarify with you guys. Data Protector is pure software, meaning we are vendor agnostic as far as hardware is concerned. So we support for snapshot, backup, and instant recovery replication. We support devices, servers, and storage components from HPE, NetApp, and Dell EMC. For federated duplication, we support HPE Store1s and EMC data domain. And regardless, especially for basically for the old tape technologies, right? We do support and still do support long-term retention with tape libraries and drives. And then I don't need to talk about automated replication and synchronization. So the latest that we have for Data Protector, specifically for HPE, is that we are now qualified for HPE Primera and HPE Cloud Volumes. So you can use Data Protector to protect the technologies of HPE. And this is what we do for the cloud. So we can back up to, we can back up from, and then we can back up within the cloud. So for native integration, okay, we support this particular feature on backup with Azure, Amazon, Scality, HPE, Cloud Volumes, SEP, and Amazon Glacier. Right? So this is where with native integration. If we use cloud gateways, using Microsoft Store Simple Gateway or Amazon's AWS Gateway, we also do it. And this is using the cloud gateway approach to support backup of Microsoft Azure and Amazon Web Services. And if you have backup appliance, like for example, HPE Store, HPE, right? So we also use this one by using the middleware of HPE Store One's Cloud Bank, Dell EMC Data Domain Cloud Tier, to be able to back up Azure, Amazon, and Scality. Okay, so this is how it looks like as far as backing up to, from, and within the cloud. So we do support best-in-class platform integrations, and I don't need to talk about or tell you each and every product that you can see here. But we do support unstructured data, different applications, specifically databases, cloud platforms, hypervisors, and the different commercial operating systems available in the market. So we have this, integrate this under Micro Focus Data Protector, regardless of the storage infrastructure. Whether it's a storage array, we back up to this, it's a physical or virtual tape, it's a cloud target, or your typical disaster recovery appliance. And this one I really like. Data Protector for the longest time has been known to be a backup software, but now it has integrated disaster recovery. So it's wizard-driven, bare metal recovery process. It's actually a single-click recovery. So what it does is, from the backup itself, we can actually do the integrated disaster recovery out of Data Protector itself. So this is built in, no additional cost. Okay, we can recover to dissimilar hardware. So what we do is, if it's HP to HP, yes, we can do that. If it's, for example, HP to Dell or HP to EMC, different system recovery, yes, we can do that. If it's from physical to virtual machine recovery, yes, we can do that. So that is what we are talking about when we explain that right now, Data Protector already has an integrated disaster recovery solution. I've already explained this, the configurable dashboard. So basically, the single pane of glass to monitor the full environment is all the same. So with just one dashboard, this one, you will have a view of what your administrators or users want to see and monitor as far as their data protection environment is concerned. So you can track everything. You can check if the backup's good. Are you getting your return on investment on your investment on Data Protector, for example, and your hardware, of course. And this is very important, capacity planning for required storage. And this is what makes it different. This product already has built-in analytics. So it analyzes whatever backup devices you have and tells you, for capacity planning purposes, how much backup you can still use. This one is actually an add-on. So this is available through the Azure Marketplace. This was presented in the video earlier. This one is called the Real-Time Executive Dashboard. So internally, we call it BVD, or Business Value Dashboard. So this is specifically for high-level information requirements, specifically, for example, for TIOs, or the one for strategic planning, right? So they would be able to see, as you can see, it's the example there is a tablet, right? So if you integrate this particular executive dashboard by downloading it from the Azure Marketplace, and then it's highly customizable, the CISO or the CEO or the CIO or the the one in charge of data protection for the company would be able to see using the dashboard the KPIs required to find out how is the backup doing globally. So specifically for global companies, but even for local companies, this is good, specifically for those having different data protection sites or disaster recovery sites. This you'll have a bird's eye view of all the key performance indicators for your backup solution. Again, reporting is already integrated and it's advanced reporting. We show session flows, we show media usage by session. We also show the media statistics, health protection status, space of both physical and virtual objects, snapshots, and even objects in the cloud. And the other one is called transfer size prediction. So if you're planning to do a data transfer, right? So the system, Data Protector, can also provide you with the advanced reporting on predicting the transfer sizes. That way you can manage how much of the network you can actually allocate for a particular data recovery session or data protection session. Now, this one is new. So we call it, how do you automate it? We have another product, it's called Operations Orchestration. So many of you may have heard of RPA, Robotic Process Automation. Micro Focus, we also have that product. So orchestration here is a product of ours, it's called Operation Orchestration. So in RPA, so Robotic Process Automation, our operations orchestration product is the process automation portion. So if you have, or if you consider having our operation orchestration, and this is IT automation. So basically automating, the typical processes that you do for IT. So if you have operations orchestration, you can actually integrate OO with Data Protector. So what does it do? So if you can see here, you have 5 steps in order to do a backup workflow, right? So you deploy the agent to the device, you configure the agent, you create the backup specification, you create the schedule for the backup, and then you run the backup. So this is the steps. Without orchestration, you can create it per minute. Okay, no, not per minute. You can do it in minutes. 15 to 30 minutes, you can do that. But if you have a lot of clients, you're simply, that's going to take quite some time, right? But with orchestration, we can do it in seconds. It's actually drag and drop. If you were watching the video earlier, the video that was shown before we started, this was shown because operations orchestration allows your IT personnel to use drag and drop to create the workflow. So if you create this workflow using operations orchestration, okay, you can actually create the workflow in seconds. So that's what we call automation of the backup process. So it involves the purchase of a separate product we call operations orchestration. We are certified on SAP, integration with SAP HANA. You can find it via SAP's own App Center, www.sapappcenter.com. You simply search for Data Protector and then you can find information on how it is actually integrated with SAP HANA, specifically for SAP HANA customers that are in this particular session. We are also listed on Microsoft Azure. So you just go to Azure Marketplace or Microsoft App Source. You can find multiple Micro Focus products. It's not just limited to Data Protector, but it also includes our service management product, our hybrid cloud management product, okay, and our virtual, our VMX product, okay. So you can find it. You just simply go to Azure or App Source, just search for Data Protector, and you'll find a lot of information on how to use Data Protector for your Azure environment. Of course, I was just talking about the product. This is something that you need to understand. Our support structure, our service structure for Data Protector. So our business support, we only have one. It's automatically 24/7. We don't offer 8x5. So the business support for licenses is 24/7. It's a follow the sun and prioritize support, and it's purely online support. But if you need to have, let's say, if you need to have a more in-depth support structure required, we offer FlexCare support. So it's a personalized advanced support. These are on top of the business support that's already included when you buy the licenses. So and then of course our knowledge base is there. The documentation is available publicly. So it's actually, you just go to docs.microfocus.com. You'll find all documentations that we have for Data Protector over there. When you chat with our support engineers, the chat function is available because you have a business support with the licenses. The average wait time is less than 30 seconds, and within the same time frame, basically on average, we solve 70% of issues using with our internal support structure. And of course, if you want design, we do offer the professional services portion as well. Okay, so what do customers say about us? So we have 3 published case studies. We have P&G, Procter & Gamble, we have Atfor Travel, and then we have Rhine Energy out of Germany. So for Procter & Gamble, and we are more, we know Procter & Gamble, we use their products in the Philippines. So they are a heavy user of Data Protector. So this is what they said. So there was a 55% database reduction from 36 terabytes to 16 terabytes, and it actually increased by 400% the data loading speed with their SAP HANA environment. Okay. The OVM analyst report also says that we are a leader in the OVM decision matrix. As you can see here, you'll find many of our competitors in the same quadrant, right? In the same slide. So we are actually on top as far as the OVM analyst report is concerned. So what do they say? We have a comprehensive application-specific data protection strategy. We deliver well above average performance as far as the protection of customer environments are concerned. So this was what I'm saying. I'm down to my last few slides. So what is our advantage? Again, enterprise class scalability and security. Number 2, the application consistent recovery approach that we're using. Number 3, our advanced virtual environment protection for virtual machine environments. Number 4 is our best-in-class platform and cloud integrations. And you've seen the different brands that we support integration with. And of course, the integrated disaster recovery that we have, where you can actually do a disaster recovery straight from bare metal. And then lastly, and most importantly, built-in analytics, automation, and support for orchestration so that you can reduce manual tasks and improve insight into your backup infrastructure. So I'm down to that last few slides. So you can see all of this. These are all public facing. You simply type www.microfocus.com/dataprotector. You'll find a lot of case studies, collaterals, white papers, even the free trial. And for our partners and even for our end users, we do have a practitioners portal. So this is where we show the practitioners portal. That's where you see the different use cases being developed both internally in Micro Focus and also by our customers. So it's this is where users of Data Protector actually help develop and improve Data Protector. It's all under the three sources. So we have practitioners portal, we have idea exchange, and we have the support forum. So this is all public facing, guys. So you would be able to see it, and it's all open. So you can see the solution set. Okay. So now let's go. This is very important. Okay. This makes us different from our competitors. You only have 2 part numbers. Okay, 2 part numbers. Before it was around 82 different part numbers. Now we're just using 2 part numbers. So we have Data Protector Express and Data Protector Premium. So what's the difference? There's really no difference in capability. The only difference is in the way it's being licensed. So for Express, and this is for small data protection, disaster recovery environments, we're doing it for virtual environments only. It's socket based, and it's an SRP. This price is $1,000 per socket. Okay, so for small scale disaster recovery sites, the Data Protector Express is the best option that we have. Okay, so it's $1,000 per socket. Wala pa tong value added tax. So basically, this is the list price available. So that's per socket, $1,000 per socket. Now, the premium Data Protector Premium is for hybrid IT environments, and then the licensing is per terabyte. Okay, so Data Protector is premium, is licensed at around $5,000 per terabyte. Okay, so it's easy to remember. Only two things to remember. Data Protector is available in Express and also available in Premium. Wala na kayo ibang i-memorize. Yung isa for virtual environments and socket-based. Premium is for hybrid IT environments, and it's terabyte-based licensing. Okay, so it's capacity licensing. So without further ado, I think I'll turn it over to you, Sir Mao. Thank you for listening, and I'll try to answer your questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sir Al. If you could please open your chat box in Q&A. We have quite a good number of questions, but let me just start with this first question from Sir Frank Malabanan. I believe this has been addressed already. What about in cloud? Can this work? They are running on Cassandra database, running in Kubernetes container environment. If you could please answer this.
Oh, okay. You are using Cassandra database running Kubernetes in AWS Cloud.
Yes.
If it's under AWS, yes, we can support it. As far as it's using Cassandra, we need to drill down and talk directly to our pre-sales consultant. So that's where we can help you. As far as it being hosted in the cloud, yes, can be protected. As far as using the Cassandra database, we still have to check that one out with our pre-sales consultant. Now, I think Gime is here of VSTCS. So VSTCS can actually help out here, but not in this presentation, but later on, Sir Frank Malabana, if you're interested. So we can actually understand the actual setup that you have with using Cassandra database in Kubernetes.
All right, thank you. Sir Frank, we will get back to you on the specifics for the for supporting Cassandra database. Let's move on. Sir Frank also has another question. What about AliCloud? Do you also support it?
That's a very good question, Sir Frank. Because right now, we support Alibaba Cloud in China. The question is if it's supported in the Philippines. Because I think if AliCloud already has their structure here in the Philippines. Again, on that side, we have to table it because that is a separate thing. We do have the one in China. So if it's AliCloud here in the Philippines, we need to talk to what they call this, talk to our pre-sales consultant on that particular setup.
Okay, thank you. We have another question. Where will your backup of 365 Exchange reside? Would it be online or on-prem? And a related question, would the backup include OneDrive, SharePoint, and or Teams?
It only includes, at this point, it only includes Office 365 email. If it's Teams and the others, I think it has to go through with Microsoft. We just need to confer with which particular, what they call this, kasi sa Microsoft, we have subscription plans, right? So we need to check which particular subscription plans you have, and then from there, tell you which ones can be protected or protected using Data Protector.
All right. Okay. Let's move on. I believe this question from Sir Jet Bolivar on the socket-based licensing is being addressed by Gimme. And then let's move on. Can you provide sample probing questions in order for us to have an idea on how to size up the requirements?
Oh, that's a very good question. Specifically for our partners. Okay, for our partners, you need to be an authorized partner. Okay, we only support authorized partner. So if you want to be an authorized partner, talk to Marian Angeles in Gime. From there, then we will help you because our partners, we have our own partner portal, and there we have the different toolkits per product, which offers all the discovery questions that you can use in order to build and find out if Data Protector would be a fine fit for your end users. So we do have those discovery questions.
All right. So there's a guide question to assess the need requirement of the client for us to be able to recommend the right solution for the requirement. And Sir Richard Donato has another question. Can we automate another backup for unsuccessful backup caused by a connection error?
Oh, that's a very good question, sir. When you say you want to automate, okay, this is a different question already. Okay, so this is my assumption. You have a different backup solution. That backup solution has a problem with the workflow, right? If you want, our other product called Operations Orchestration can help you there for that other backup solution. But if you're using and you plan to use Data Protector can work and do the workflow orchestration as well, and can help solve the problem caused by the other backup solution. Now, again, the best way to look at it, to understand it, is to set up a meeting with Gime, so we can see the actual workflow to find out and help you how to fix that particular workflow, or how Data Protector can help fix that workflow for you.
All right. Thank you. Sir Andrew Vite has a question. Is this a software as a backup?
Oh, so it's like SaaS, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. We do have a different approach for SaaS. So
Yes.
what I'm showing you, what I'm presenting to you right now is an on-premise solution. If
All
you
right.
want the SaaS solution, it's actually, you can go through Azure or AWS, and you can find information on Data Protector there. I can do it separately in a separate call. I don't think I don't have enough time to do the nitty-gritty on that, but we do have a way to
All right, Sir
out.
Joel, we will just share with you the contact details
Yes.
of Sir Andrew. I think he was one of our speakers during our CXO summit in what do you call that, Shangri-La. Yung Shangri-La Boracay, yes. Good morning, Sir Andrew. Okay, is Informix database supported residing on IBM Advanced Interactive Executive?
That's a very good question. I cannot answer it at this point. We all know Informix is as old as myself. So that would be a question for our technical team. So let's see, I don't have that data right now for Informix. So basically what I've shown you is the current popular databases.
Can Data Protector be automated to cover on-prem and AWS region, Singapore, and AliCloud as a single dashboard?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, we can, except for the AliCloud, which we need to check, because there's a separation between the Alibaba Cloud in China compared with the Ali instances outside. So that's already a technical question, and we can table up for another discussion.
Right. We have a question from Sir Richard Donato, more on the cost of licensing. Can you please expound? Is Express licensing $1,000 per socket per year? Is this an annual rate?
No, that's this is on premise. So that's $1,000 per socket on a perpetual license. Now, the renewal cost for that, the license renewal cost is roughly 22.5%. So if it's $1,000 SRP, the renewal for the second year, third year, the license support renewal would be $225 each year, the next year. Yeah, second year, third year, fourth year, roughly that would be the budgetary cost for the license maintenance renewal.
Okay, thanks. We have a question on data privacy from Levi Cruz. Data privacy, from a data privacy perspective, can the system admin of Data Protector extend the feature or functionality of the application to the consumer as a way of getting consent of the consumer in acquiring and sharing such consumer personal information?
I understand where he's coming from there. Data Protector does not do that. The information and Data Protector specifically is only for the data protection environment. So any PPI, personally identifiable information, is not covered under Data Protector, except if the question is trying to get PPI information out of the data that's being protected by Data Protector. So if you're asking, let's say, for example, the infrastructure owner of Data Protector, if they talk to the data privacy officer and the data privacy officer says, hey, can I know where, if this particular hard drive has information, has this file, for example, an Excel file containing a list of PIIs, that's a separate call. That can also, that actually be done, but it's not going to be there's not going to be a report generated by Data Protector specifically for a data privacy requirement. So we can point out where the data is or all this stuff, but that's going to be a separate call.
All
So
right.
basically for
Thank
PPI,
you.
that's going to be for, okay, sorry.
Yeah, go
Yes,
ahead. Go ahead. Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Now,
Sorry to
okay.
cut you off. Yes.
Yeah. For PPI concerns, specifically for data privacy, right? So the concern there is really on if Data Protector is protecting Active Directory, LDAP, right? Because typically those are where the PII information is located.
Thank you. Please continue with your, rather continue to send us your questions, and we will get back or reach out to you after the session. I understand we are running out of time.
Yes.
And but we have our product manager on this event or on the line, Miss Marian Angeles. She just shared with us her contact details. Please feel free to reach out to her, and our engineer who is supporting Micro Focus Data Protector, Gimme Mangaring, is also with us this morning. Again, participants, feel free to send us your questions, and we will definitely get back to you for the answer. Okay, so again, tomorrow and on Friday, we will be drawing the same prizes. So please join us. Wala tayong policy na pag nanalo ka na, hindi ka na pwedeng manalo ulit bukas at on Friday. Malay natin, no? Talagang swerte ka. Please join us tomorrow and on Friday. Tomorrow, we will talk about service management automation, and on Friday, the highlight will be operations bridge and network operations management. Okay, if you could please share with us your thoughts on today's event through our, we have this survey. We would love to hear from you on how we can better serve your needs. No? Please simply scan this code. So we will wait for your feedback. We would really appreciate it if you guys would send us your comments and your thoughts about the product and about this event. Again, please send us your questions. We have Sir Joel, Micro Focus Philippine team to help us address your questions, and our product manager, Marian Angeles, and our technical guy, Gimme Mangaring. Okay, thank you so very much. My name is Maurice Altar. I'm from VSTECS, from the Marketing Communications Group of VSTECS. I hope to see you tomorrow, and malay natin, manalo ulit kayo ng ating mga papremyo. Thank you so very much. Please stay safe, everyone.